Sai Ram. Hearty welcome to Sri Sathya Gurukulam online classes. The chapter is very interesting about sound. Correct? Sound is a form of energy. And you are all very familiar with sound from morning till evening, night, making lot of sounds. Correct? You will be hearing sounds, you will be making sounds. Correct? And if you just close your ears, you will have some other sound experience. It's a very, very interesting one. It's a form of energy, correct? So let us just revise what we have seen in the previous class. So sound plays an important role in our lives. Sometimes sound is helpful. Sometimes sound is, harmful. Suppose all are silently studying, that gives most of the boys or girls a lot of concentration. Suppose somebody enters the class or study room suddenly with a sound, there will be disturbance. Correct? Is it not? And you might have heard about the siren or the fire engine making sound, lot of sound. You don't feel like hearing it all. You close your ears. What an amount of sound, appa, we say. The same place if we hear some veena or violin or flute, it will be very much peaceful. Is it not? So, in a daily life, sound is very important. How is sound produced? It is produced by a vibrating body. I told you on that day, you take a scale and just pull it down. It vibrates. Some sound is heard. Again, you pull it a little longer. Some other sound. Still longer. Some other sound. So like that, you also have a lot of experience. You also have seen the blowing of a conch, blowing of a whistle. Is it not? So, it is all these sounds are produced by help of vibrating body. Sound produced by humans. And how do you get sound? The sound is produced in our throat, in what is called as vocal cords. Is it not? That is in the throat. That produces the sound. And also you have seen the different musical instruments and their vibrating parts. If you take flute, what is the vibrating part there? The air column. And if you take veena, what is the vibrating part? The strings. If you take tabla, what is the vibrating part? The upper surface, what you call it as the skin which is in the top, that vibrates. Is it not? Now let us see some home assignments. Have you done it? Yes? Okay. Those who have done it, just see once. Those who have not done it, follow it carefully. What is Jal Tarang? Tarang means waves. Jal means water. So waves produced from water. It is a device of producing sound by the varying air produced by different tumblers filled with different quantities of water. Anybody tried? Yes, some have tried, right? So what was the experiment we did that? Take 6 or 7 or 8, whatever number you want. Actually, you should take 7. And other day we discussed about 6 with different quantities of water. What you might make? You might take a pencil or any rod, metal rod, and we go on beating one by one. Even hanger will do. So what happens? Each tumbler of glass will give different sound. So musical it will be. Why it is so? It is because there is a varying air column. So that is about Jal Tarang. Where is the sound produced? In human larynx. Nothing but vocal cord. How is the sound produced? So to the question where the human being sound is produced by the voice box or larynx. Larynx. So when the lungs force air through the slit, the vocal cords vibrate, producing sound. So as you know, when you breathe, what is the gas you take inside? Yes, oxygen. What is the gas you give out? Carbon dioxide. Is it not? So when oxygen is inhaled, that is called inhaling, the lungs get oxygen more, and this oxygen that is there will be transferred to the throat. In other words, we say they force the air through the slit. Lungs force the air through the slit. The vocal cords vibrate. So there will be vocal cords on the sides. So when the air comes, it vibrates. Just as you've seen, when the wind blows, all the leaves will vibrate. Have you seen it? Leaves of the plants or trees, they vibrate. Have you seen? So that gives sound. Now the answer to the question how muscles attached to the vocal cords can make the cords tight or loose. See, some have got a musical voice, especially girls. Their voice is musical, most of theirs, not all. Even boys will be little harsh. Some of the boys also have got musical voice. Why the difference? That is when the cords become tight or loose. Okay? How it become tight or loose? The muscles attached to the vocal cords make it tight or loose. But I've seen how the veena, violin and all, they tighten the screws there. So by tightening the screws, the voice will change. When the vocal cords are tight and thin, the type of quality of voice is different from when they are loose and thick. So the tightening changes the sound or voice. Okay. So that is the answer for the second question. Now coming to the third question. The voice of men, women and children are different. Why? The children, they are very innocent and their voice will be very pleasant. So as the age grows, the voice changes. So the vocal cords in men are about 20 millimeters long. The women, these are about 15 millimeters long. And children have very short vocal cords. Depends on age. So what do you see here? So there is a difference in the length of the vocal cords. This is the reason why the voices of men, women and children are different. So answer is, the length of the vocal cords are different. Therefore, the voices also are different. Okay. Now coming to today's topic. So past is past. Future you are not sure. Present, very important. What is the present now? Sound needs a medium for propagation. So here these vocal cords of this body is making some sound that is transferred. Even in the class also, in your house also, you talk to each other. How you can hear to others' words? That is through a medium. That is called air. There are three kinds of medium: solid medium, liquid medium, and gaseous medium. So, when sound source start vibrating, then the molecules of air also vibrate. For example, if you think of a band set, there will be what is called bass drum. They beat it. So when they beat it, what happens? The sound, is transferred to the air there, medium there. That will be transferred and it goes in the air. The sound then moves from one place to another by means of air. So suppose you say that band, that bass drum is beaten. Even though it is at a long distance, you can hear, oh, some sound is coming from that distance. Even you might have heard about bugle or saxophone, etc. So whenever it is played, that music is transferred from air, from one place to another. Therefore, we know that sound needs a medium to move. So sound moves in all three mediums, namely solids, liquids, and gases. Okay, and it is minimum in case of gases, little more in case of liquids, and most in the case of solids. Okay, and for example, when you call your friend who is standing at a distance, your friend is able to hear you, your voice. Isn't it? So your friend is standing somewhere in 20 meters away. You call, Rahul, come on. So you are 20 meters away from him. Rahul, come on means that Rahul will turn. Oh, somebody is calling me. Correct? Teacher also will be near the desk there, near the table in the class. He will be calling to the last girl or boy. Isn't it? He will call by name. Roshan, stand up. So when the teacher says, Roshan, stand up, the Roshan will get up from that place. How can he hear? That sir or madam who is calling his name, Roshan, stand up. It passes through the air. It beats the eardrum. And the sound is heard by him. He will react to it. So when you are calling your friend, it will be heard by the friend. And so now is a very interesting experiment. You can try. Very simple one. See here, you see, this is a glass tumbler. Okay, you can take metallic also, there is no issue. So take a dry glass tumbler. It should be dry, not wet, because you are placing a cellophane inside it. How many got cellophane in your home? All. Yeah, nowadays it is very common having cellophane. And some of them may have internet connection, some of them may not have. So ask your friend to give a ring on this cellophane from another cellophone. So this is what is called cellophone. So you ask your friend to give a call. So what is observation? You can hear this ring. And also please note, when you have a cell phone, you should have a good ringtone, what you call. Some of the ringtones are very, very harsh, and some of them are very, unpleasant. Correct? So try to have pleasant ringtone so that whoever hears your phone feel happy. Even though they are in tension, the tension will come down. Correct? So here, what happened is, this is a glass tumbler, and this is an activity to show that sound needs a medium to travel. Can you see this? Can you see? Okay. So when a friend calls on you in cell phone, then you hear that sound. Now next step is surround the rim of the tumbler using your hands and put your mouth on the opening between our hands and suck the air and ask your friend to ring again. So what this guy is doing, your friend, what is he doing? He is covering the tumbler like this so that no air should go inside and sucking the air. From where? From the glass tumbler. And you ask your friend to ring again. Can you hear it then? No, very little you can hear. Correct? You can hear very little because there may be leakage. Suppose you tightly have it, means you can't hear. So what does it show? When you listen again, the sound of the ring reduces as we suck the air from the tumbler. So when you go on sucking the air, the sound of the ringtone reduces. Why it has happened? So if you suck all the air, we will not be able to listen to the sound at all because a vacuum created in the tumbler. So go on sucking the air, the sound of the ringtone go on reducing. Suppose you suck all the air, then you cannot hear the ringtone at all. Okay. So conclusion arrived through this activity. A medium is necessary for the propagation of sound. Okay. In other words, sound cannot travel in a vacuum. Very important. So in other words, sound cannot travel in a vacuum. So this is a very important word. What do you mean vacuum? Where there is no air. That is called vacuum. So what is that needed for propagation of sound? We want medium. What is medium? It may be solid, it may be liquid, it may be gas. Correct? So this is a very interesting experiment. Same way you can try other experiments also to show that medium is necessary. Okay? Now we will have one more experiment. The first one was about air. Now shall we see experiment on water? How many are swimming? Yes, most of you know it, right? Learn swimming, but don't learn any education half education is dangerous. So learn perfectly, then you can save your friend if he is in trouble. Correct? So there why I am telling swimming is, you have got a lot of experience in swimming. One of the experiment is, see here there is one experiment to show that sound travels through water also. Water means not only water, any liquid for that matter. And this is a simple experiment. Taking a bucket filled with water, clean water, a bell is taken in one hand. So a bell is to be kept inside. Shake the bell inside the water to produce sound. So just you shake, the sound is produced. Place your ear gently on the water surface. Then we can hear the sound. Correct? So that will be very clear. So what does it show? It shows that sound travels through liquids also. You might have heard about the largest animal in the world. What is that called? Whale. So big. That's like a mountain. They're called whale. It's an animal we call it. And dolphin. What do you know about dolphin? Dolphin is a very friendly fish. Whale is a very big animal in water. Dolphin is a friendly fish. It can play with the human beings. Is it not? You have seen it? And whatever you call it, it comes near, it dances, it jumps, so many things. You can see in the YouTube, the dolphins play. So, all these fishes, they live underwater, they will communicate within water. And any danger comes, they can make out and they will take all care. So that is about water. So here they communicate underwater. So anything that is falling on water, anything going out of water, all these can be detected by these fishes. For example, the whales, when they move from one place to another, if any ship is coming near, it makes out, it changes the direction, it can make out from long distance. Okay, so as you see in the case of water, any other liquid also is the same true, it holds good. What about solids? Activity to show that sound travels through solids also. Here are your two friends, Ajay and Vijay. Of course, we call them so. What they are doing? It is a table. And on this table, Ajay is making some scratch, or he will hit slowly on the surface of table. You can also try there. And here is Vijay, who has kept his ears on the table. Can you see it? So whether he hears or not, he hears, correct? So place your ear at one end of a long metallic or wooden table. So this is a wooden table. And here is Vijay, who has kept his ears on the one end. And ask your friend, namely Ajay, to gently scratch the other end of the table. He may scratch, or he may beat, or he may make some sound. And we can find that sound travels through solids also. I think all of you are experienced with the toy telephone. Very simple. You can make the telephone from one room to another by the help of toys. See, here is Shyam and Sudhir, who had made a telephone out of toys. You can use matchbox also, or any waste cardboard box, and they have made holes there, and they have tied that thread inside, and even for distance something like 20 to 30 feet also you can hear the sound. This is called toy telephone. Another example of sound traveling through solids is toy telephone. It's also telephone. Who discovered telephone? The present one. Yes, Alexander Graham Bell. Correct? Now let us check the understanding of the words in sound. There is no sound travel in a. So out of these 5 you have to choose. Come on, anybody? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Vacuum. So in vacuum sound won't travel. Sound needs a dash to travel. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Medium. Correct? Sound is a kind of, come on, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kind of vibration. We hear sound with our eardrum. Sound travels at high speed. Correct? At 330 meter per second. That is the velocity of sound in air. Okay, this is the activity. Now shall we go to home assignments? Okay, first question. Choose the correct answer. Sound can travel through gases only, solids only, liquids only. Solids, liquids and gases. So you must write the answer. Sound do not travel in vacuum. Why? Dolphins and whales can communicate underwater. How is it possible? Okay, so right answer for this. Come prepared. One more question. What are the musical instruments? Okay, now let us see what Sadhguru Madhusudan Sai says. Just as each limb and organ of a body should be healthy for the person to be happy, so if you want to be happy, each limb of the and organ of the body should be healthy. Say head or hand or legs, etc. So also, even individual in the society should be happy for the entire society to be happy. If you want the whole society to be happy, every person should be healthy and happy. Okay? So come prepared for the answers. Thank you.